Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Thrones of Britannia Circenn campaign. This is episode 4, I believe, and this I think is going to be a pretty important one. I think we're coming up to one of these hinge moments in the campaign, because we look like we're in an okay position, right? We're the blue guys. We've got this solid northeastern seaboard of Scotland. We've also grabbed a couple of territories to the north. We've recently, in fact, captured a very nice settlement right here, Torfness, for a bunch of food production, and we've got a 20 stack sitting inside of it. So things seem okay, except for the fact that we've got these light green faction, Galgoidal, which is sending its own full stack, bearing down on these territories here. So this episode is going to be sort of a race to defend what we can of our territory, hopefully before Galgoidal destroys it, and we'll see how that goes. And really to see how viable the next part of this campaign is going to be, or if this is just not going to work. We did a couple of diplomatic things in the last episode. We got our declaration of friendship with Ulaid. These are the yellow guys right over here, so we don't have to worry about Sudreyar, at least to our immediate west. Sudreyar does, I guess, technically own this territory. It's always a bit weird to me what they own. Okay, so this is actually, no, this is Ulaid. See, the colors are, the border here is white to indicate probably neutrality. I guess yellow is what I own, blue is an ally, red is an enemy. Okay, I think that's what the colors mean. But white is also the color of Sudreyar, so I was confused. Okay, so Ulaid has this, but Galgoidal has all of the center, and more to the point, they've got a big army right here, and it's aimed at our farms to the east. This is not a farm, but these two are, and we are sending a small army to the north, really to hold up in Dunfawther, just because we may not be able to defeat this army with what we have in time. And in fact, we're sending this army to take Erkadarn, which is right alongside what I believe is Loch Ness. And this is the capital settlement of the Yarmareb region, which we do have one settlement of. So if we can get this, it'll make it easier for us to hold this region. As you can see, we're dealing with a little bit of public order problems, -5, and I wouldn't mind having it. They're also going to have us, if we can take it, we'll get a forge. That's going to improve our armor and weapons. So all of that stuff, you know, could be a bonus. A little bit of food hit as a result of taking a big settlement with this food production upkeep cost, but I think we have to take it. So let's just end the season. It's going to be summer, which is fine. We're moving through territory that I don't think is too terribly wintry anyway, but we won't have to worry about that at all. Okay, Sudreyar is turning back in this direction. This could be a good thing. If Sudreyar can capture some of this territory and then we end up taking it back, right? That could work out in our favor. Of course, Galgoidal, really so much is going to hinge on what this army does right here. Okay, so Sudreyar kicked out, and yes, Galgoidal is going right for our territory. So they're definitely going to, well, they could easily take this next turn. The thing about how this works, though, is that's going to tie them up for at least 1 or 2 seasons. So when you take a settlement, you can't really move out afterwards. I think you can sack and then keep moving, I believe. But if you occupy, you've got to stay there. You use up all your movement points. So that if they choose to occupy, they will be just hanging out there for a little while. Okay, Breckennog is destroyed, and I think that's in Wales. That's probably where the Brecon Mountains comes from. Is that right? And Brega's wiped out. Okay. Dewitt, that's another Welsh faction. So big stuff going on down in the south that looks like it might be okay. Interesting. Mercia is going into that territory. Mercia is emerging as quite a powerful faction. So this could be a problem in a way, because there is an event whereby Wessex can take over and annex all of Mercia. And if they do, they're going to grab a bunch of a bunch of territory. Okay, here's one of these problematic traits. So, imbecilic. This is Aelin. He's a governor, and he is now foolish. -1 command, -1 governance. Lack of library or scribes building chains. If you are an Irish, Scottish, or Viking-seeking faction. This is my least favorite line of traits. I am even okay with the mad cow disease trait for, you know, having a king spend a night in a province with a cow pasture. As much as that one is annoying, I'm okay with the insane trait, which you just get by randomly going insane. Nothing you can do about that. This one really hurts though, because they tell you, well, you could have avoided this had you built a library or a scribes building chain. The problem with that is, I literally cannot build a library or scribes building chain right now. To build those buildings, I believe you need to have a monastery building, and we could here. This is the building that we could, this is the place where we could build that. But we don't. We don't have the option to build any of those buildings. We can't build it for sure in any of our little village settlements. Library or scribes is something you have to build in your big sort of capitals. I only have 2 of them. They're both kind of locked up at the moment, but I don't even think I could build them right now, or at least the buildings that would result in me avoiding the imbecile trait, because I think we actually need a monastery. So that is annoying. Or we need to upgrade a monastery or something in order to build the tech necessary for the library or the scribes. So it's this very impossible position you're in as Circenn. In a way, Sudroyar actually has it pretty good because they start with Iona, where you can build a library or a scribes relatively early. And then I think Mead also has that. I think they've got a monastery building wherever it is that they start. But it is frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Okay, so we've got some wars that don't really matter for us. And some factions destroyed. Okay, that's fine. Risk of rebellion in Kate, -8. Low public order in Monath and the Armoreb. Well, I think the public order is actually going to be improved in a couple of turns if we lose Ross Cuisine, because the -2 public order from these Iron Veins, that's going to be Goydel's problem, potentially. Okay, we can put this under siege right now. You know, I almost think I want to move past it, though. But I don't think I can. I think I'm kind of stuck. So how about this? I had wanted to take Erkadarn because we could use it in order to hold Torf Nest, right? To improve the public order, because this building here gives you +2 to public order. The Armoreb is sitting at -4 for us. It'd be nice to get a little boost, a defensible position in the Highlands.
You can count on us.
8 units inside.
My warriors are unparalleled.
The problem with that is, as soon as I get here, I'm going to stop regenerating men. As soon as I get into enemy territory, no more replenishment. It does feel a bit like I wasted a turn, but let's do this. Okay, we are replenishing because we are on allied territory, and we can be in a position to help and move over here. Because I think even if this army turns back, or for some reason they happen not to take this territory, this army could be very well used down here, and then by extension down here. This is our capital, Denad, which is a very important cultural place for Scots, right? And so we definitely want to get down there, and we could. This is Torindun. Where's the capital there? Is it this? No. It's this. Okay. So this is actually going to be a bit tricky to hold. No public order bonus, no penalty, so there's that. But yeah, I think I want my men staying in friendly territory. It's just going to take so long to get over here, but I think we have no other choice. Okay, we are still, you know, because we have 20 units that we're supporting, we don't have a ton of support in terms of income at the moment. So we're going to have to wait. We are building up an underground store in Scone. And in Kate, Armoreb, we're not building anything, but 2 more turns in Aberdeen, we'll have a cloth weaver. It's going to give us another 10 food. So we can get up here,
War is what we do best.
theoretically train some more units if we wanted, and then be in a position to take the fight to Yalgoidal if they head down this way, which, why wouldn't they? So notice that, you know, several turns are going by here. We're not doing anything, right? We're not fighting any battles. And in fact, the battle we fought in the last episode was the first big one, really, and only the second battle of the campaign. The first one was that initial rebel 6 versus 6. It's really not a big deal. But that battle in episode 3 was very important, and yet I have felt very engaged this entire time. Very concerned about what's happening in the map, very aware that if I choose to move, you know, south versus east or north versus west, there are going to be repercussions one way or another. And here we go, a big repercussion here. They are going to just occupy Circenn, which I think is good. I mean, it means that they own this, so they're not going to suffer attrition in the region. Okay, Osray is wiped out. That's an Irish faction. Nordmen, those are just raiders. Fothite is resourceful. Good for him. And raiding in Circenn. Okay, so why is that raiding? I mean, maybe they were raiding briefly, but they're not anymore. And we lost it. Okay, Athfolklaw and Westernass have a peace. Okay, so they are not at war anymore. It's weird that they were at war, and they're at peace with North Layout. Okay, so now I gotta watch out for Athfolklaw. Alright, Mead and Yarmama have a peace. Mead and Yarmama. Okay, factions destroyed. Alright, that's all fine. So, I think I am going to continue moving this direction. Oh, this is the raid. Right here. But now they're raiding on Galgoidal's territory, so it doesn't so much matter. Still got my 55 food.
For the glory of the Gales.
So, should I go to Aberdeen to defend it? Should I send an army up here? No, I've only got 8 men. And even if I train 5 more units, that gets me to 13. Not enough. Not enough to deal with the terror from the sea, which is led by their king, by the way. So I think the move here is going to be get this guy over here, take this back, and then slowly work around. Just try to stop the bleeding down here with my 8 plus 9 men here, so that's 17. I think we could hold out. Do I want to train 3 more to get a full 20? Let's see, what do we have here? Sorry, in Rinnan we've got 55 food, so we lose this and we're at 0. We lose deer, and that's 30 food, so that puts us in a debt of 30 food. Now, we are going to get 30 food actually here. So actually this is perfect. This is going to give us, it's going to take us from 40 food production to 70. So this will cover us. We'll be at 0, but if we lose both of these, which we probably will, then we'll still be at 0. And then Aberdeen, you know, we're gonna lose that as well. That's gonna get us, you know, 20 food. So maybe we're in a position now to build up again. That gets us 10. Really want to get more than that, but it just doesn't come in those big increments. Okay.
The men are eager to get to it.
We're getting there.
Stay tight there.
We're still replenishing. 6 men per turn's not the best, but we can get over here. I'm thinking that this army is going to eventually take Erkadarn. They're looking very strong over here as well, so they may deal with Sudrayar entirely. I don't really see Sudrayar as my responsibility at the moment. It's Galgoidal for sure, and then probably this, because these guys are going to pounce. Yeah, that's the big problem. Okay, so we get over here with our army, come back down. Next turn we'll be able to research something. It's going to be, that's the agricultural research that is coming finished. It's only the first node, and that one is giving us the ability to build a water mill. Again, as I mentioned in the last episode, I'm not a big fan of that building. It requires one of your precious main settlement slots, and so, you know, those are always very carefully considered, because the getting an extra slot means you've got to you know, basically lose some food. So here we go. We lost 55 food right there, I think. All right. Royal Hunt. Alright, so we've got an event here. Nobles are suggesting to go on a hunt in the local woods for sport. Maybe we can use this occasion to find skilled archers for our armies. So we could offer a reward to the greatest kill, their weight in silver. That means we're ditching 1,000 gold in our treasury, and we get a bunch more missile infantry units available to recruit. That will, you know, that's not good. That's a third of our treasury. Call the free man. We lose a point of influence, but we get the 4 that way. Lords won't mind if you make the event public, or just do nothing. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, thank God. Literally, thank God. God has blessed the fields with great fertility this season. Our farmers are reporting a great harvest for the next year. This is great. Sometimes the harvests are horrible. So 4 more seasons. So this doesn't actually improve the food, but it does improve supplies, which is nice. And public order everywhere. So that's really good. The last thing I need is to lose Kate and Torfnest to rebellion. I mean, I will at some point. Okay, I don't think I'm going through
Off to battle.
snowy terrain. So we're still replenishing. This is going to be touchy, this right here. But I think we're going to be in a position where we can get this. Let's see. God, 3 turns. My gosh. Okay. It's going to be a while. Going to be a while.
Our bravery is
Okay, we're at 55 food. Why is that? Oh, that's because we finished our buildings. Right, let's take a look at that. The underground store as well as the cloth weaver. Very awesome. And we get our mills. So that gets us our water mill if we want it. What else do we want? Steinborg, which is a Midlands faction, I believe. Divlin and Legian go into war, and we lost Deer. Okay, research available, though. We could branch out. I don't want to do any more down the missile line of research because that's going to just increase the upkeep cost, and income is kind of touchy at the moment. We could go cavalry. That allows us to train Royal Horsemen. This is a new unit type we have not yet been able to train. That'll be nice down the line, but it's not going to get me anything at the moment because I don't really want to recruit new units. I wouldn't mind upgrading ones I currently have. We could do this. That's going to like similarly give us a new unit to recruit. Not really too excited. So let's go here. That's going to increase supplies by 3 in own or allied territory. So we're on allied territory right now, and we haven't really talked about supplies. Supplies are an interesting. Yeah, okay. Supplies are an interesting layer of a mechanic. So, an army consumes supplies from its stockpile each turn, and will suffer defections should its stockpile run out. Stockpiles of supply are replenished when in home territory or by raiding when abroad. So we're not on home territory at the moment. We are in just a normal stance, so that's going to give us a -10 to our supplies. But we are in friendly territory, so that's good. If we are in home territory, I think that improves our supplies even more. And so this will go down the longer we spend here, right? I believe. I think just at a period of time, even though the -10 and the +25 would sort of be a net +15, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think we can stand forever on allied territory. Maybe I'm wrong there. Supplies are something I did have figured out at one point, but I'll need to relearn it here. But this is entirely separate from food. So, in other words, our food could be low, and in fact, this is very frequent, that your food, just decreases or goes away as you lose territories, and then you will lose men to attrition. But if you spend a lot of time in enemy territory, or even just enough time, then you will start to lose supplies and you'll lose units that way. So you do have to be sensitive to that. So supplies are good. It's not great. They're just good. Okay.
None shall stand against us.
We've got 55 food right now. Aberdeen is done, but we stand to lose. Let's see. This is 55 food, so if we lose this, we'll be right at 0. And if we lose this, we will be at... So this is 30 food, and this is 20, so this is another 50. We can't make that back up, right? I mean, we don't have the money to build this. This would give us 30, which is nice, but that's not enough. This is 6 turns away. It gives us 10 food. This is 6 turns away. Gives us 15, but it's more expensive. Substantially expensive, in fact. Thankfully, Athfolklaw is turned away from us at the moment.
We do best. None shall stand against us.
Well, we've got to keep pressing on here and see where they're going to go. The trick is, next turn, we're not going to be benefiting from replenishment anymore if we get onto enemy territory. We can raid. That can improve our food supplies, and that'll improve our legitimacy, but it's not going to solve the food problem if we lose more food. Or it's not going to solve the replenishment problem. So my concern now is facing this army, right? With what? With the 20? Not by itself, but maybe in combination with this army, but that requires them to come down and this all to work out in terms of timing. I guess I could just go rogue.
Will not fail you.
You know, and come down here. That is one... That's only 3 turns away, actually, and it's a lot safer. It also puts me within a spitting distance of hitting Dun Caldan, which I'm concerned, you know, may turn on me. But it leaves this pretty vulnerable. Well, we'll see what the big army does over there. If they move south, right, then I can move over this way, grab Rosquicine, replenish a bit. But if we lose food, we're not going to be replenishing anyway. So the timing of this is going to be very, very tricky. Oh, wow, okay. So we are moving in, taking back Apricrossan, it looks like. Not this turn. Okay. Are they going to reach it? It looks like they are. We got the slow-mo. They're going right for Aberdeen. Oh. Ouch. Okay. All right, what are you guys doing? You get a full stack right here. Okay, this is one of those difficult political events. So this guy has been distracted by his passions. This one's very abstract, right? I don't know exactly what this is supposed to represent. He appreciates beauty, and so that is a problem for us. So this is Riggin, and he's the general down there, so I need him on side. He's been disloyal in the past, but we've just given him the priest retinue, so that's improved things a bit. He's very influential. He's 47, so he's not going to be around forever. But there's no way for us to get out of this without, oh gosh, without him losing 1 loyalty, right? So it's either going to be we focus his mind, which implies that we're beating him somehow, like literally just beating him with a stick or something. It's very odd. The problem with this is, okay, we keep the influence, but he is acrimonious, and this does have repercussions. It doesn't tell you exactly what this does, and I can't remember. But I think it makes it more likely that his loyalty is going to go down, and he's going to increase the factional disloyalty. I can't remember the word for it, but the sort of like the culture penalty. So I don't know that I want to do that. At the same time, 6 influence is bad. It's going to go down to 5, but I think we have to. All right. We lost Aberdeen. Let's see. We don't have any low loyalty messages, though. So that's nice.
We do best.
We've got 5 food. Positive 5 food. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I think we got to keep going this way. Can we attack this army? We can't quite reach it. So I think we have to go here.
Into battle.
We'll actually get there next turn, so that's better than I thought. Alright, so we'll start replenishing. I mean, they could come up here next turn, and then we'd be in a bit of a pickle, wouldn't we? But we could take Aberdeen back with this 8 stack. So, I mean, we could do that now and then lose the 8. Alright. I mean, not much we can do. Let's look at this. Only 127 in terms of income next turn. No rebellion. right? Just low public order, so we're doing okay in that regard. That's the harvest. Galgoidal army, man. That is going to be the big question. Can we defeat it with what we have? And I love this. Everything in the past, you know, for the past year or so, or more, in this campaign, has been leading up to this final clash somewhere in the northwest of Scotland. Don't know exactly where it's going to be, but we're going to be having this big fight. We have to. And it might be here. All right, they're taking it to us. We're going to have a defensive siege. Beautiful. So I don't know how that's going to go. These can be really tricky. I'm kind of glad on the one hand I didn't retrain a couple more units when I had the food. Okay, why did we get 35 food? Wonder why that happened. These food fluctuations, not too sure. Was that the harvest? Nope, not that. Well, anyway, let's see. There's the siege, two-head movements, an Irish faction, other Irish faction. Okay, successful propaganda gives us a +3 public order. Again, I'm not sure exactly why we got this. The extent to which art has become intertwined with their culture. It's a weird way to put it, but is this because we've been building like public order related things? Maybe. Okay, Fothet is a producer, good for him. And war coordination targets lost. Okay, we've lost a common enemy with our allies. Why is that? I'm not sure. It could be that a faction has lost its last settlement, or yeah, maybe it's not sure. Okay, but they are besieging Erkadarn, which is good. Hopefully they will be able to take that, I think. And here, all right, ooh, this is a problem. Our buddies are gonna maybe move in on our territory.
My warriors are
I think we can get to Deer before they do. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna occupy. We're gonna get back some territory, a bit of money, and hopefully that'll improve our king's influence eventually. Yeah, he's gonna get it back. Whoops. Let's stay in here. We'll keep the replenishing high. We can still get there next turn, and then we can take Aberdeen. So this is actually working out great. I'd rather actually lose the capital here than lose Rinnan, which again just tells you how important these little settlements are. And again, if I haven't expressed this enough, the fact that it was indisputably the right move in terms of lore, but also in terms of gameplay, to make these minor settlements not have automatic garrisons. What would be the fun in fighting yet another, hopelessly outnumbered battle where your only chance of winning is to cheese the hapless AI around a village square that you've seen a million times, right? What would be the fun in that, doing that over and over and over? No, this is absolutely the right move. Yes, does it suck to lose provinces? Sure. But that's the point. That war sucks, the game is sort of teaching you that lesson. I really like it. All right. See how we're doing here in terms of units, in terms of what he's got. Rigan, 3 loyalty. Noble, industrious. His command is actually quite good. Partly thanks to his wife. Virtuous. That's amazing. Enthusiastic, bloodthirsty, +5 unit morale when attacking. So, could we sally out and get the garrison to show up as reinforcements? That might be the best chance of him using the charge bonus. He has the priest bonus, so that's going to be... okay, so that's just public order. It doesn't hurt their movement points or anything yet. Okay, so really, he's going to have some good morale. It's always a question. Do I want to sally and fight the battle at the moment, or do I want to wait for them to weaken a little bit? Let's see what would happen if I were to attack them now. I'm not going to actually do it, but yeah, we're going to get the reinforcements. And what do they have? Oh, look at that XP. All of these guys have at least one. About half have two. Their king is here. The army looks pretty good. Pretty balanced like they always are. 3 archers, 2 javs. You know, decent amount of cav. Gives them more maneuverability than I have. Actually, we've got 4 cav to their 3. And 2 of them are jav cav, which is annoying. We've only got 1 of them. I don't know. I think it might be better for us to take a siege. Because we're going to have, let's see, we've got 2 archers here and a javelin. We've got 2 archers there and a javelin. I think, yeah, I think we will withdraw from the battle. We'll just hang out. They will have to launch the attack on us. 35 food.
War is what we
Well, we can't really do anything with that at the moment. We can't train anything while we're under siege. Okay, this army's still not doing anything crazy. That's good. Next turn, we got to take back Dare with the 20 stack. And then even if we lose the siege, we've got our king and his what will be a full army. And we will be getting our estates back, which is going to give him his higher influence again. We are going to be getting our food supply back up. All right, interesting. Sudver is coming back. All right, good. You guys go back and defend. Oh, wow. All right, it's happening now. All right, we'll do a little quick save here. And, yeah, let's just jump into the battle. It's going to show us a little map of the situation we can expect. Now, the sieges in Thrones of Britannia have gotten a lot of praise for the layouts, the variety in the settlement layouts, which I will say is deserved, justified. We take a look at this here. We've got lots of inaccessible areas. They're attacking from land, so there's not going to be any sort of naval stuff. But you can see how hard this would be to assault from the sea. Let's see, they're going to be coming from the north side, I guess. And really, we've got 2 entrance points. And there's a sort of like a channel and overhanging archer platform up here. So we could kind of hang out back at this tier, shoot a bunch of them as they come through, set up the other archers over here if it looks like they're going to come that way. It is always tricky with these sieges because they tend not to give you a ton of barricades. So there are always some barricades, but there's like, 1 or 2. Maybe there's something you can do to increase the number of those that you can deploy. But it never completely seals off the enemy's, access to the city center, so it feels a bit pointless. So I tend not to spend much time fighting at the barricades, but you want to fight kind of at the walls typically. But this is going to be a bit of a challenge because the strength of our faction is kind of in skirmishing and irregular warfare. And to do that effectively, you need space. And sieges are exactly where you don't have space. So, we'll try to make a bit of space with our archers, who have been recently upgraded, by the way. And it looks like these guys do not have very many elite, heavily armored troops. Looks like they get a couple of probably herdmen, which are tricky. But these archers should be okay against them. And maybe we can pull off some good stuff with our cav, but it's going to mostly be a sort of a ranged fight and sort of an infantry slog, I guess. And that's where these guys are typically going to excel. So let's see what they're going to give us. Yeah, just 1 barricade here. And this is what I'm talking about. The channel here, absolutely ridiculous. This is, of course, the much more accessible gate. And they are here. Oh, no, okay. We've got this gate here. This is the sea access. And for some reason, our army is deployed over here initially. Well, this is going to be completely irrelevant. Which is a shame because it's very fun to park some archers or javelins up top here. So let's get all of them just up here for now. And yeah, we can put some archers here. It doesn't look like anyone's going to be going this way. It's like they're all pretty much aimed straight ahead at that one gate. Maybe a couple of them will break away. And this is kind of an interesting feature, actually, because you can put some archers at this back sort of platform. These walls, though, I mean, you know, like, I like the sieges, I like the layouts, but it all is a bit gamey, isn't it? Like, why would you build this? I don't know if there's any historical evidence for anything like this. I could be way off, and maybe there is. But this just kind of raised not even a full wall. It's just a platform. It's clearly a platform for archers, but like, why not a wall? I don't know. Okay, so I think we want to put our archers basically here. Let's do that. We've got 4 total. All right, let's kind of group them just so I can have them all in the same group. Okay. You guys are not stepping on each other's toes, are you?
Archers! Bowmen!
Okay, that's fine. And I think I'll take them off skirmish as well. Do we want to do firing shot? Let's do, like, you guys, since you're partly obscured by the trees anyway, let's do 1 unit with fire.
Archers!
And then maybe we'll do 2, actually. Okay, we also have 2 javelins, and you know, I think I'll put them like here. Similarly, to take them off skirmish. We should be able to fire down here. Yeah, we can easily shoot down there. So if they go through the gate, right, they're going to have to come this way and then probably like up this hill. They can go for this capture point, but then there's also this one, right? So they would need, in theory, to get both. We've got to see, look how these barricades are. Like, there's one here, which you could just walk around. I just don't, not a big fan, right? This is a barricade that makes sense, like an actual choke point, but they don't really have choke points very much. Like a barricade here, I suppose, but why not like finish this if you're going to do a barricade? So I don't know if there's much point in putting one up. I guess we could do that one. I don't think we're going to fall back here, but actually, you know what? Let's undo it. And let's do it here just to maybe slow them down if they come this way. But again, you could just walk around to either side, so it's kind of pointless either way. Let's get our 2 generals together. So Riggin is like the main guy. He's in command, which is good. And Fothad, or Aelin rather, is the governor. So he can be maybe back. He does have his own morale ring.
Making ready.
But he doesn't like actually command.
Raiders.
All right, this is skirmish cav. I guess I could have them here. You guys can kind of fire down the hill. Okay. Toggle skirmish off for you, and we'll get some cav there. So now we've got our spears. I think we may want to try our man, we've got very little heavy infantry. We've got these 3 units, that's it. And they can't shield wall.
Axemen! Axemen!
Not one of them.
Ready for war!
The Black Blades can, I believe, but these guys are all going to be out of shield wall. Okay, so now the question is, do our spears want to go into square mode for this battle? Plus 15 attack against cavalry. There's not much cav in this battle. Plus 15 shield. That could be nice. Let's do it. Plus 300 entity mass, which I think is, you know, just fine.
Levyman.
All right, let's kind of move you guys in this kind of weird pattern. What I want to do with these guys is just have channels through which we can send our other infantry.
Awaiting orders.
Cateran, Levy, Sword Band, Alban Axeman. So this is like our best unit, in a way. This is the Retinue Axe Infantry. The other guys are... Well, the Sword Band is Retinue as well. So maybe I'll have you guys over here since you're the worst. Alright, and we'll just try to, you know, hit down in the gaps.
Enemies beware.
Okay.
They're trying to get in. Archers. Ready for war.
Alright, it'll be a little while before our archers can fire. We can maybe take a little look at these units. Yep, Spear Herdman. And long axes.
Wipe them from history.
Wipe them from history. It's such a gamey thing to say. Because it's a history game. Okay, Eastman Warband, Spear Herdman. This unit is under strength, and we are firing at somebody. Alright, the Hearthguard. We actually want to target him. Can we hit him, though?
Dismantle their defenses!
Alright, 81 out of 90. That's nice.
Take no prisoner!
Bowman.
Get down!
Deploy ranged attack. Bowman.
That nearly hit me!
Alright, this is nice. 69.
Bring down those walls!
Look at that. Nice little flaming carnage down here.
Take cover!
Oh, awesome. Ha 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 ha. Oh,
My
yes.
sword, your guts!
53 men. That is great. You're not even at the gate yet. Oh, eat it, you jerks. I'm slowly trying to climb over that wall. Down to 29 men. The enemy general is dead. All right, now what do we want to focus on?
Our forces are withdrawing.
All right, he's gone, so let's hit.
We're taking missile fire.
I think that if we can find any herdmen, that would be nice.
Under enemy fire!
Ready.
We're under fire.
Spear herdmen are over there. I think we'll leave them actually 71 men.
Shields up.
Are we just picking our targets now?
Scale those walls!
Let's go after long axes.
Archers. Deploy ranged attack. Pierce them.
Are we a bit close?
Fire on them.
All right, we'll go with that. So they're definitely going to get to the gate. I don't think these gates really do anything. It sounds like there's some firing. I don't know if these fire on their own, if there's not like men at them. But these guys have lost a few men, the spear herdmen. So they're going to be coming through, and we're going to be javelining them from the right as they pass through that narrow rocky defile there. So I think that would be like the unshielded side, right? So that should do more damage to them.
Their missiles could hit us here.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Scale those walls!
Alright, Eastman Axeman, actually. That is a good unit. Retinue Axe Infantry. Let's everybody maybe focus down on them.
In the skies.
They got me!
Our gates are utterly destroyed.
Our siege weaponry has been dragged!
Alright, they busted through our gates.
We're taking missile fire.
Halt there.
Alright, if we halt, now we're going to pick our own targets, I think. That was good. Get them down to 67 men. Okay. Fire at will, though. There we go. The problem is we may lose all these archers if the enemy does head this way. So, what do I want to do? Well, hopefully we will be distracting them with our armed forces or their javelins up here, and they'll want to come up this way. And I guess any time that they spend attacking our archers is like time they're not attacking our infantry, right? And we'll be splitting them up, so that would be a good thing. Alright, Eastman fighters, 117 of them, 99 spear herdmen, 98. Right, they're taking some fire from something.
They got me!
These guys look bloody. They're shaking.
We will prevail!
Alright, Eastman scouts. Killing some horses.
The men are leaving the field.
Ha 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 ha. Shattered. Beautiful. Alright, their archers are shooting at us.
Under enemy fire!
I think we leave our archers there. Let's just check how this is looking.
Them hard!
I mean, you guys look so poor. I mean, look at this guy. Alright, make that go away. Zoom in. Look at his little dirty feet. Alright. It's up to you guys. You need to hold, and then we have our swordmen and our axemen charge down and hit the enemy in the flank. Alright, how's this going? We are javelining them. Alright, Eastmen horsemen. So this is their melee cav. Alright, they are getting hit. Not a ton, but the infantry will make a nicer target. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Look at those.
Dismantle their defenses!
Alright, keep an eye on this. I'd rather that the cav doesn't go right for my archers. But it doesn't look like they're gonna.
Make them fear us. Set for war.
Alright, this is my jav cav. I think I'm gonna keep them right there. They're gonna go right into my spears and not gonna do too well. Let's move you guys away.
To victory.
27 men, yeah, losing
To
badly.
victory!
Javelins have a lot of javelins left. Sending their warband up first. The axemen, they're shaken. Winded as well.
To victory!
Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this.
Incoming charge.
Alright, there's that unit of herdmen gone.
Run them down!
Absolutely devastating. Alright, we are getting, they got quite the arm. This is the thing, like, I don't know if we could make that shot. I couldn't make that shot.
Missiles away!
The AI is made of sterner stuff. Alright, our archers have some ammo left, at least 3 of them. For some reason, they're not really exactly able to hit this unit. So maybe we should move them? How did we do over here? 114 men. We lost 6.
Cavalry.
Lost 6. That's quite good. Alright, I'm going to send you up here so that as people get over,
Don't break now.
we will be in a position to throw.
Everybody brace.
It's actually...
They flee before our fight.
It says we can hit them from here. Is that just a lie? Alright,
Kick
yeah,
your
let's get out of here.
steeds. Gee up. Drive the horses.
Alright, javelins still got plenty of ammo, it looks like. 90 herdmen. Alright, let's make them go away.
Run them down.
Oh. Oh, they decided they'd rather go home. Alright, great. And then we've got, what are you? Eastman fighters, some long axes. Alright, we've got a little bit of a melee going here. So now it's time to bring down the sword band. Oh, they're shaking already. Let's actually hit him into those guys. And we'll take out the fighters here. So we've got 3 of our spear Schildtroms that are engaged at the moment. Alright, we made a head go away there. And that unit is gone.
Crush them!
Let's just go on to hit him in the flank. Nice job. Oh, awesome. Okay. Sword band, let's hit the javelin men, I guess. Levy javelin men. All right. Nice stuff. And yeah, I think we got this wrapped up.
Let's break the siege.
They do have quite a few more men left. Let's see. You know, some understrength units.
Enemies, beware!
Leaving the field!
General, ride
see.
hard! The battle is turning in our favor.
Well, yeah, I should say it is.
Raiders!
And we are still throwing javelins. No javelins left on our javelin men, but we could bring our archers over here. Let's do that. The guys who still have ammo, and then we'll bring the other guys with him just as kind of backup.
I don't want to die.
Battle
All right,
awaits us!
are we fighting?
Attack!
Okay, there go the long axes. This is gonna be about it, I
Axemen!
would think.
Incoming charge!
Set for war! Axemen! Annihilate
Quite a
them!
few fighters here, Eastmen fighters. This is their levy axes. Very comparable to our own Cataran levy, I think.
Overrun them.
See, they flee before our fight. Eager to
Let's take some cav and see if we can make this a more obvious strategic victory, a more decisive one, by getting some of these routers just off the field completely. Keep the general around just in case, but I don't think he's going to really need it. Let's bring the infantry back up the hill.
Forward!
But I think a lot of these guys are just going to rout almost as soon as they make contact. They're all coming onto the battlefield shaken already. We are firing from here, which is kind of impressive. Ridiculously high arc. It's missing a lot. We did get a guy. All right.
Too many of them!
And that is having a morale impact. But, yeah, you go after that unit. You go after the axemen there.
We've outnumbered
swordsmen! Axemen!
Grind them into the
Swordsmen!
mud!
All right. Are you going to do it? Are you going to charge up the hill?
The foe
Some
outnumbers
skirmish
us!
cav.
Raiders!
We've done pretty well with our spearmen. 106 and 108 here.
Swordsmen!
This is going to be annoying. We don't have a great answer to their javelins.
Horsemen!
All right, how about this? You go there. Yeah, you can go after the Eastmen, I guess.
Swordsmen!
All right, they are going to go for it. And almost immediately rout.
Last one over.
And there they go, actually.
Battle awaits us! Cavalry!
All right, awesome. That is very, very nice. Okay, so I think we've crisis averted, right? At least this crisis. We were able to use the terrain, the very impressive layout of this settlement, very much to our favor. You know, one thing that I've seen people say, and I agree with it, is that the settlement layouts are very, very nice. The AI does not really use them well. That is 100% true, right? They could have made things a lot worse for me had they gone for both of these gates at the same time. Now, the AI has always, in Total War, always had trouble with sieges. And so I just don't expect it anymore that they're going to be able to do a good job at a siege. And I also don't like siege battles in particular. I prefer to fight in the open just because it is a more, I don't know, it's more of a fun situation. I'm okay doing this kind of thing every once in a while. A siege defense is kind of fun. I like the idea of just sitting back and watching my guys from an entrenched position, you know, hold it, do occasional sallies and things. It's kind of nice. Siege assaults, definitely not my thing. And, you know, especially with the maps here, where you're very, very much at a disadvantage as the attacker quite frequently. Okay, do we have enough that we could maybe call this at this point? I think so. 1, 2, yeah, let's just end the battle. So we'll end that. So, you know, again, the sieges are good. It's funny, you know, hearing people say, you know, that the sieges are what make this game good, or maybe the only good thing about this battle, this Total War entry. You know, sieges are fine. They're kind of what they always were. There's some very impressive layouts. They put some time and effort into it. Every settlement is not unique, but there are some unique ones. So that's just nice. All right, is that going to be the end? We killed the enemy king, and let's see. Do we want to go for money? We don't need the men here quite. Let's get some cash. You know, we could have done more damage to them there, but we get a 20 stack coming down from the south, so I think we're okay. And we can actually go out and hit them again this turn and deal with it. All right, so Galgoidel is actually moving down here. They took out Clute. Oh my gosh, okay. Very interesting. That was a decisive victory. All right, we got some skills. Let's deal with the skills. Riggin
are eager to get to it.
gets another skill point. If we go to this, we're going to get him to 10 command. I'm kind of tempted to do it. Like, the better move would be this. Yeah, the better move is this. Because not only does it give him another point of loyalty and it improves faction allegiance, but it also is going to make enemy movement worse in the province. And that gives us such a nice advantage. So we're definitely going to do that. Maybe next time. But for now, we could go, we can do two things, right? We get deer, 58 food goes to 108 food. And our next move can be this, and I think it should be this. Take out the Terror of the Sea.
Move on out.
Ooh, see? They did a good thing there.
We can't.
Now we face the difficult decision. Do we pursue them, or do we get back Aberdeen right now? I think we pursue them. We do an auto-calc, balanced, and this time, yeah, we'll take the
Move it now.
So that army's now gone, and next turn, we can get back Aberdeen.
Ready for action.
Okay. All right. We really turned that around. So we are ahead now in terms of food. We may lose this. Again, this is giving us a total of, let's see, 25 plus 20. It's actually not that much food now that I look at it, but it's very low level. So that's 45, and this is 30. Okay, this is not that much. So 75 total. So if we lost all of that, even without taking back Aberdeen, we're pretty good. They were going for this, which is a shame. They're not going to finish it, but that's fine. We'll build it later. Let's go ahead and repair. It's very, very cheap to do. That'll kind of improve things. And I think we're going to want to get this army down here into the south pretty soon. Two reasons. One, we've got Athfolklaw kicking around with no enemies, nothing to do but make a big stack that's just standing here. Two, Galgoidel is not only interested in attacking Monoth, they are also interested in grabbing some territory east and south of Dunat. That's a good move for them. Probably the Stratclute army is away down here. Yeah, Oh, wow. Wow, Stratclute doesn't mess around. Okay, so they had a war with Westernass that they started in the last episode, and they very quickly, they conquered down to Carlisle. Good for them. Basically down past Hadrian's Wall, I think. Yeah, there's the remnant of it right there. So, yeah, so Stratclute probably has its hands full, and Galgoidel could quickly take some of this nice, juicy, unprotected territory. That would be nice for us in a way, because then we could have an excuse to take it. Maybe Athfolkla will get there first. Either way, we're going to get our forces down to deal with that problem in the next episode. So, crisis averted this one. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you'll stick around for the next one. Until then, take care.